Yes, welcome to Tautoro District, everybody. The live stream, because I can't be bothered editing. That's right. Thought I'd jump on and do a bit of a stream, do a few things around the farm. And honestly, I can't be bothered editing a video, and it takes way too long to render. And it's been a while since I put up a video, so I thought, hey, why not? Let's go ahead and continue our series. And this is seasons, by the way, and we've rolled over to early spring. We've put in quite a bit of time in... why are we showing early spring? Why are we showing early spring, everybody? That is not right. It should be mid-spring. What has happened here? Have I changed the settings accidentally? I think I might have. Hold on. Let's get out of there. Alt-S, I believe. Let's go across here. Seasons length should be 3 days. Apply settings. Yes. Okay, we're going to have an extra day of early spring, everybody. Ha! What a shocker. That is not what I needed. Okay. Alright, that is a bit of a shocker, everybody. Because it will allow me to do a few things, but not what I wanted to do. And look, as that rain comes rattling down, I just want to check, actually. Is this working properly? Let me just check to make sure there's actually sound coming out. That would be handy. Let's jump onto my iPad here. It's always a big mission. Let me just check it out right now. What a shocker. That is not what I needed. Okay. Should be good. Should be good. Alright, guys. Well, that really sort of scuppers my plans here, but still, we've got a bit we can do. And let me bring you up to date on what I have been up to. If we check out our map right here, fields 8, 9, and 10 have now been all ploughed, which is all good and fine and dandy. Fields 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, I believe. I've actually gone and mown those and then picked up a whole lot of grass and put it into silage. Fermenting it right now. I'll spit it out eventually. Some over in the farm and some at the biogas plant. What we'll probably do today is one thing I want to do down here is fields 34, 38, and 51. They are all now ploughed, which is great, but I'm going to actually turn fields 37, 43, and maybe a couple over here into some fields. Also, they're nice and close to my main yard, which means transporting the seed's going to be nice and easy. Anyway, so let me just quickly show you a quick update around what's been going on around the farm. While I do that, I'm going to accelerate the time big time, because let's turn everything on. We need to get into mid-spring, because that's what's holding us up. The ground temperature, which is the germination temperature, is what's holding us up from being able to oh look, that rain went away as quickly as it came. The ground temperature's making it impossible to sow anything that we want to sow. And we actually want to sow some oilseed radish up in these top fields here, so we can to use as fertilizing, basically. So let's go ahead and do that. But we can't do it. We can't actually sow anything right now. Oh shit! What's going on here, team? That snow just appeared. We have got snow in early spring, everybody. What the hell? Ha! Look at that. We have got snow in early spring. That's not highly unusual, I suppose, but check that out. Out of nowhere. Let's get up to the biogas plant, but geez, check that out. That is unbelievable. That must have been some cold showers we've got going on. The temperature isn't all that warm, obviously, so I'm not overly surprised. Now, let's just jump out here. Turn on our F1. If we jump over here, here goes the first lot of silage, and it's 77% fermented at this point. And we've got, it doesn't tell us how much we've got, but I think there's about 200,000 litres, maybe not quite that much in there. somewhere around that, which we'll go ahead and sell. Let me just quickly flick over here, guys. I'm just checking out my little stream details here. Okay, looks like everything is online. That's good. These are things you gotta watch closely just to make sure. I've done streams before. Ah, there's a black screen there. Oh no, it's not. I'm just looking at the preview. It's about 20 seconds behind. Anyway, so we've got some silage that we've made up there, and look at this. We are absolutely covered in snow. It's a little bit of a surprise. We're revving the, as you can see, we're revving the time through at 120 speed at the moment. Having that set to 9 days per season, I do not know why the hell that was set that way. I'm pretty sure I had set it to be 3 days. Anyway, whoa, what's going on here? We have got massive lag. What is going on? Ah, there we go. The snow has disappeared. That's what was causing the lag right there. So it was just a light blanketing of snow, just enough to settle on the ground, but now it's all gone. We are at 120 speed, so it's gonna have some impact. But anyway, so what I did, guys, is these fields right beside us here are the ones that I went ahead and mowed. And look at this! I threw tyres on top of here. They're gone. But this is another silage heap right here. It's 92% fermented. There's a decent amount in here. I think there's 180,000 litres of silage, which is going to be more than enough to look after my animals. Let's just quickly check out the animals and make sure they're not starving. Oh shit, they've gone down massively. Okay. I think that's probably our first thing we need to do then. It's definitely the thing we need to do. Let's just let's put this down to 1. We better look after these animals. Oh, Mace, what are you doing? Helps if I don't flick out like that. These are the sorts of things that I edit out of my videos usually. But live streaming, I do not get the benefit of doing that. Okay, let's check out what do we need to do. Water's down, straw. They basically need everything. Let's sort out some straw and some grass. So what do we need? Water, straw, silage, hay, and power food. Okay, we haven't got any power food, but we can sort out that other stuff for our cows. We better do that because they are not in good condition right now. Let's just go across. I don't know why the heck we haven't. It's a good view, isn't it? Okay, so they need some straw, we'll give them some straw. They need some hay, we'll get some hay. Man, they chew through it big time. Because I only fed them yesterday. Yesterday game time, that is. We're only in the second day. I do not know why. I'm not sure whether things have saved here properly. Probably have. Probably just me. Maybe it's just seasons getting through things way faster than usual. That definitely could be. Watch out, cow. I'm coming to give you more straw. There you go, mate. Let's not wreck the vehicles. Check out. Okay, straw's good. Let's give them some hay. Man, did they get through that really quickly? It looks like they... Because when I filled it up, it said it had enough for 3 days. But I assume the season, 1 day in game is not necessarily a day as such. Is it? I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. Anyway, if you're watching this back, thanks very much for checking out the channel again. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. Costs nothing at all, except a little bit of self-respect. Also, don't forget to smash the like button. Why? Because the YouTube algorithm likes that sort of stuff. Unless you hate it, then just dislike it. Alright, let's give these guys some hay. There we go. Now the water. Mate, he's just standing there. Come on, get out of my road. Alright, let's get across here. I conveniently left the water tanker right here. It makes it nice and easy. And we see their water going up. Cleanliness isn't looking amazing either. I'm going to need to clean these guys up. They also need grass, which I don't have any on me right now. and silage and hay. So I need to give them some more hay. Okay, so let's see, it says it suffices it for 3 days. I did that yesterday. I'm just wondering, because of the seasons mod, that it's not actually, it doesn't represent one in-game day. I'm just wondering. Get on the road, mate. Yeah, anyway, by live streaming it gives me the opportunity to get a video out without having to do all the editing, which can take quite a while, mainly the rendering, because my computer isn't, while it's not an old school computer by any stretch of the imagination, it's definitely not one of the latest, and it can take quite a while to render videos. Man, I am running a bit low on hay. Not mega low, but low enough for me to start thinking about, once these fields regrow their grass on top, I'm going to need to cut some grass and turn it into hay over the next few days. Man, I can't believe how quickly I've got through this. Anyway, there you go. Right, let's give them this. Let's have a look there, how we're looking. Okay, so straws, jeez, they can still do with more, I tell you. These guys are hungry as. I mean, they don't actually have to. As long as I've got enough to get them through a day or so, it's all good. But I'll give them one more. Why are they getting through it so quickly? If you know the answer, make sure you reply down in the comments. I'm sure if I research seasons, it would probably be pretty clear why they're getting through it. Pretty sure it's got something to do with the mod. Alright, let's go in and grab this. Walk and replace bale right here. Hey Possum, what's up, man? How you doing? Now, I'm pretty sure that the comments don't come through when I post these, when this video gets posted up on the channel as a watchback, as a replay video. I don't think anyone can see the comments, which is a bit of a shame. So when I start having conversations with people, you're a little bit out of the loop. Anyway, I am going well. We are in early spring. We should actually be in mid-spring, but I had the settings wrong, so we've got an extra day of early spring. And I'm just going to park this tractor up, and then we're going to go and sort out the sheep. Keep all these animals nice and healthy. Look at that. That was skills right there. Okay, I need the red tractor. This is the one, guys. Now, what are these? I forgot to clean up the cows. I'll go and do that in a minute. Hay and grass are actually pretty good. It's actually really water that these guys need. Now, where did I park that water tanker? Yeah, I am really good, man. Finally got over the flu, which is good. Oh, look at that. That's skills right there. There we go. Yeah, finally got over the flu. Man, I had it for ages. It was so annoying. Hopefully some good fields up here that I'm going to be able to mow for the sheep. Because they're definitely going to need some additional hay also. Although they certainly don't get through it as quickly as the cows do, that's for sure. Right, this time I'll do the same as I did last time, and for the cows, and we're gonna, there we go. Hold off, go. Oh, nice. What are you doing? Helps if I there we go. Alright, so we've got that sorted. You're watching the fight today. Yes, I am indeed. I definitely am watching the fight today. The McGregor-Mayweather fight. Should be interesting. Mayweather, a huge favourite, obviously. But I am actually wanting McGregor to win. I don't think he will, though. Not unless he gets some... not unless he gets him early. I think that's his best chance. Because to go to 12 rounds with one of the best defensive boxers in the world is going to be a tough gig. What about you? You'll be checking it out? Right, let's get ourselves around here, guys. For those of you that have just joined, this is Tautoro District. It's a New Zealand farm. And we're in seasons, and we're in early spring. We should be in mid-spring, but I messed up. Oh look, this is a nice thing. Oh, nice. Come on, sort it out. You've got to get your bucket low enough. You got low enough? Come on, get on the road, mate. There we go, this is much better. Come on, get on the road. Oh, I'm just going to drive through you. That tidies that up quite nicely. Okay, we'll sort out the animals and then I'm going to fast forward and get us into mid-spring, where I thought we were. What's happening here? It's empty. Just never know sometimes. Get in there. Case IH 1455. I like how we get a couple of these sort of older school tractors to start off in this particular map. That's pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to be diligent here. And I'm going to... What am I doing? Oh yeah, I forgot. The trigger's down actually. In here. Get out of the road. There it is. I'm going to close the gate. Because the sheep are right there. They could easily get out. Which one I'm going to need first, so let's just park this thing back up like this. That's my parking's definitely improved. Oh, my backing, I mean. Right, I need this one again because I need to grab. Helps. I keep forgetting to turn on the engine. It's one thing I've had to get used to. I actually quite like it. I actually quite like the fact you've got to turn on the engine. The only thing is I keep forgetting to do it. Whole arm came off there. Should just be that piece there. I've got to remember to keep cleaning these tractors. Where's his bucket? Does he have a bucket? I'm sure he has a bucket. Surely. Let's have a look. We've got that there. Oh, I parked over it. What an idiot. And now I've parked him in the road. What was I talking about? Completely forgotten. Yeah, I want him to win as well. And so I'll read out the comments for everybody who watches this back. Possum says, yeah, I want him to win as well. And no doubt, and no, I don't have money for the pay-per-view. Have to find a way. Because you really want to watch it. I'm not going to be commenting on illegal streaming on my stream. But I know plenty of people will be doing it. Alright. There. Let's get over here. This is a bit of a frickin' rigmarole, isn't it? It's my own fault for parking over the front of my shovel. Oh, it's an absolute nightmare. Alright, here we go. So going to clean up the cows and then we'll fast forward time. Oh, nice. Too busy reading the comments. And then, yeah, so we'll sort out the cows, clean them up, and then fast forward time and get into mid-spring because then I can start planting my all-seed radish, which will then provide a couple of levels of fertilising. I'm only going to do it for the fields that I've already created, that are already good to go there at the moment. I won't do it for the ones that I'm actually going to create. That's the next job. The next cab off the rank is to actually go ahead and turn some of those grass fields into workable fields. Because in seasons, obviously, you've got to wait a long time to get crops out, so you may as well try to plant as many of them as you can. So that's the plan. Just as I was saying before, how good my backing was. Gone ahead and done this. Put the shovel on the side there. So we'll just back these guys back. What's going on? So yeah, I want to create fields, and then that will. Oh, I said something naughty there. The advertisers would not be happy with that. create the fields, and that way, you know, it would be ideal to have more than 10 fields of crops, so then I get a really nice yield when I go to actually harvest in the summer. Because you've got to wait ages. Usually by this stage, on the second day, I'd be harvesting if you're not using the seasons mod. But you just don't get that luxury here, because obviously you can only harvest certain periods of the year. Mate, I'm having an absolute shocker with this bucket right here. There we go, grabbing some of it now. Come on. Far out. I mean, seriously, how hard is it? How hard is it? Very hard, clearly. Very, very hard. So yeah, Jesus. So you've got to go and plough a whole bunch of fields, and that way get as many as I can. The only thing is I don't want to make them too far away from my silos. And that's one thing. These fields over here are actually quite far away, which means quite a distance to transport, which takes a lot of time. So it's just one thing to be aware of. Right, that should be good. Okay, so cleanliness. The cows one will clean up. So they need grass, haven't got any. They need probably a little bit more silage and hay. Doesn't matter. Okay, that's the animal sorted. Now let's fast forward our time. Just going to drive right through the middle of the cows here. We'll fast forward our time. Let's get into mid-spring, where we should be. Had for some reason we not changed it to 12 days. I just don't get why it was 12 days. Maybe I forgot to press apply or something like that. I definitely intended to have 3-day seasons. So it's basically 1 day per part of the season. So 1 day would be early, 1 day would be mid, and 1 day would be end of the particular season that I'll be in. Okay, that was painful right there, everybody. But we got there in the end. Turn that off. While I'm waiting, let's rev that up to 120 accelerator time. While we'll do that, we will just grab this cedar right here that I parked terribly. Far out. I'm gonna have to knock this around. There we go, look at that. Ingenuity right there. But yeah, so far I've put off screen, I've put probably around about 8 hours into this farm. I'm just gonna go down and turn around down here. It's it's taken quite a bit of work to get all those fields not sown with grass, but mown and then windrowed, etc. It took quite a bit of time, and also to plough all the fields took quite a bit of time. I did most of them myself as opposed to using workers. I had the time to do it, so I thought I might as well. One thing I've got to just watch out for up here, as it gets a bit dark, is there's a period there where you can actually sleep overnight and go straight from night to morning. So I've just got to make sure that I take advantage of that. We can always just fast forward through the night also. One thing also to be aware of is when you hire staff, because if you hire them after 6 PM at night, they cost a lot more. I think it's a time and a half in terms of wages, something like that. So you just got to be aware of that. Our first field here, but we'll go right up the top. We'll get through about 9 o'clock, I think. Then I'll turn it off. Turn off the time acceleration. Here's the field that we're aiming for here. Let's jump out here. Yes. Okay, still 3 days. That's good. Everything else is looking good. It was quite funny that we got that snow. Okay, let's take that off. Time acceleration. Now, I know that you can sleep throughout the night. I don't know whether that gets automatically comes up, or you've got to get to a certain time of night for it to take place. Alt. There's my HUD. Let's just quickly go into the seasons here. This is the stuff I'd usually edit out, so sorry for the guys watching this back. Miscellaneous. You have the option to... Okay, Alt N. There we go. Let's just turn that off because... There we go. We'll get out and Alt N. There we go. We are resting. We're deciding to sleep out in the paddocks, which is a good way to go. And here we are. It's 6 o'clock in the morning and it's mid-spring. And a couple of key things here, guys. This is really where I wanted to start for 25 minutes. And this is really where I wanted to start this whole thing. But anyway, let's just check the animals. The first thing I want to check. I just want to see how much... Far out. Holy jeez, these guys don't muck around. You basically got to feed them every single day. Woo! Look at that cleanliness. Jeez. Okay. Alright. Anyway, nonetheless... This is where we want to go. And the important thing to see up the top there, the air temperature is 6 degrees Celsius and the germination temperature is 7 degrees Celsius, which isn't that high, but it should be high enough that if we look here, the ones in white we are able to plant now. We still can't plant soybeans or corn, but the rest of the plants we can, rest of the crops. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and on the fields that we've already got prepared, I'm going to go and plant oilseed radish, which will count as a level of fertilizing. We'll then go and harvest it probably on the third day and replant. We don't harvest it, we cultivate it in, and then we plant another crop at the same time. So we've got plenty of time to do that, so we may as well take advantage of it. Yes, it takes a bit longer, but saves on fertilizing, and we can afford to do it. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is jump in my tractor. Let's just get this map up, how we oriented. Okay, great. I'm just going to do the headland up here myself, and then I'm going to set the worker to work. So let's see if we've got this set properly. We have indeed. So I'm just going to do the headland, and then that way the worker got room to turn around. Now this is going to be a bit tricky getting across this mud here. Look at that. Oh jeez. Get up. I'm going to actually avoid this. Let's go around it. Man, that mud on a steep hill like that is absolutely tricky. There's no doubt about it. Let's get up. Lucky we've got a bit of guts in this tractor. It's still struggling a bit. I'm just going to have to avoid getting too close to the mud there. Get up, come on, go! Woo! That is working hard. 42 litres per hour. If you look down the right hand side there, we've obviously got the real fuel usage mod in play, and it is up in the red. I am burning the fuel right here, there's no doubt. Jeez! Look at that, we are getting wheel spin big time. This tractor is right at its limits. We're starting to get up there now. Okay, we got there. That was a good effort. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and we'll plant some. Let's lift that up. We'll do a few laps of the headland. And that will give plenty of room for the worker to turn around. Because it's, or else they get hung up on the fence over here. Which is something we definitely don't want to happen. I'm so surprised that we got snow in early bloody spring before. I assume that's something that's probably pretty normal, but... Okay, I'm going to avoid these muddy patches here. Just a bit worried that the worker might get caught up in them, actually. I'm going to do quite a bit of this headland, probably maybe four or five passes. Come on, go, go, go. Got the throttle down big time, yeah, go. Get up. Come on, up, 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 up. It's going to be slow going up this hill. Man, look at this. That tractor is absolutely struggling up here. Absolutely struggling. Come on, get up there. It's got enough grunt, but only just. Oh, doesn't help. Change implements accidentally. Alright, we'll get this oilseed radish in here. This field, when I looked at this field actually, I always knew that it was going to be a bit of a challenge. Just with this big hump at one end. Lift it up. And let's place it back down. Right. Got no problem going down the hill, funnily enough. Probably got enough headland there already, actually. I think that should be enough for them to be able to turn around, the worker. Well, we'll do one more just to be safe, because I don't want to have to come back and fix it. Right to the end here. Lift this up. Put it back down. There we go. Oh, hold on. I accidentally hired a worker there. It's because I use an Xbox controller on the PC here, and oh jeez, come on. Left bumper is your is the control for doing certain things like folding and unfolding and lowering and starting the implement. And sometimes you don't push it properly, you can just go ahead and press. So for example, left bumper and B, button B, is to lower the implement, but if you forget to push down the left bumper hard enough, then it just hires a worker, because B is hiring a worker. There you go, there's some extremely interesting information for you all, which you are extremely stoked to know. This and more other boring information to come. Stand by. Okay, here we go, we got up there much easier. It's not quite as steep in that part of it. Okay, we'll lift that up there, guys. We'll turn around here. Luckily these trees are actually transparent. And we'll make our way down here, and we'll start the worker off down this end of the field. Nice and early today, 6 o'clock. Mid-spring, a balmy 7 degrees Celsius, which isn't that warm, by the way, if you're not used to Celsius. Depends what part of the country you're in. I'll just line this up here. I'm not going to go right up against the edge there, so I want it to go as far down the end as we can. Let's just check out our map here. Yeah, that should be good. And that worker, he is away. You little ripper, get in there, boy. See you later. Right, this is our next tractor that we need. Actually, let's go and feed these frickin' animals, shall we? Just going to check this out. Okay, what do we need? What do we need? Straw. Cows need more straw. We might as well do it. We'll do it now. Let's go and clean them up first. Well, actually, no, actually. Scratch that. We will go and get the field started. Let's get the field started. I wasn't going to hire a worker to do the ploughing, but I think I'm going to have to. Let's get these lights on. We need to grab the plough, which is hiding around here. This is the main yard here, by the way. And the plough is hiding over here somewhere. Here it is. Sparkly clean. Right, let's suss out what we're going to do here, team. I think field's 30. That's not a very good view, is it? Field number 37 and 43 look like good candidates. Nice and close, so we may as well go and check them out first. I just don't know what the topography in those particular fields is like. I don't think I can get to it over here. Can it? There? I wonder where the gate is. Maybe over here. This is what happens when you don't prepare. Just randomly go and try to find stuff. Actually, I think I'm going to have to fold this up. It's not letting me. It's not giving me the option. Just have to make sure we go nice and close here. It's going to be a bit of lag here, team, because right by this forest seems to be quite laggy. Okay, so this field over here looks... Where's the frickin' gate around here, guys? It's not there. Whoa, lag. Let's work our way over here. The gate must be off this field. Must be over here. There we go. Right. Oh, there it is over here. There we go. Right in front of us. I hate when people hide it there. Let's jump out of here. Boom. Whew. Sorry about the lag, everybody. We'll definitely get a worker in here, and then that way we're not putting up with that. Okay. So this field, we should really have mowed it first, taken advantage of the grass, but screw it, we're not going to do that. It's a decent sized field, this one. Pretty happy with this. So, allow create fields. Allow create fields. Let's see what happens. Will this work? Yes, it will. There we go. And we've got the worker going on. While we're here, let's look at the forecast, everybody. Okay. It looks like it's going to be rain tomorrow. We're not going to be doing any harvesting tomorrow, so that's fine. And then it looks like it's going to be nice and sunny. So tomorrow's going to be end of spring. Then it's going to be start of summer, mid-summer, end of summer, start of autumn. So yeah, some decent. There's definitely going to be some harvesting in summer for sure. But then you know, a lot of autumn is going to be harvesting here, as you can see. So how's that? So, yeah, it's looking not amazing there, by the way, for autumn. So the thing with this particular mod, if you don't know, is that if it rains and you've got the crop moisture on, you can't actually harvest it for a few hours. Which I kind of like. Until it dries out, which makes sense. Makes sense completely. Okay, here we go. Alright. Back in our 1455, I should have just left that gate open, but whatever. I'm going to clean up the sheep. Can't get this bucket freaking angle right every time. Every time. There, that's it. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Oh, that sheep's coming for a bit of a ride. There you go. Now it should show. Oh, it's not going to show it yet. But we should give them some hay. One thing I've got to... once I finish doing these sheep, I just want to check out the surrounding fields, because I really would like to use them to make some more hay. Actually. they might actually be a bit too far away. If we look at, see where the sheep farmers, see we're down the bottom right there, probably way too far away from our silos to worry about growing any crops, but definitely, I mean, we could sell it. We could sell crops that we grow up here straight away, but then you may not be able to take advantage of great demands or higher prices when they come around. But definitely some decent sized fields there that could be used to turn into hay, which is definitely something we need for the cows, and we're definitely going to need for the sheep too, because if you store grass, it just rots under the seasons mod. Here we go, that is untidy, but what else would you expect? That's perfect. Well, that sheep wants a piece of it before it arrives. Let's just quickly check out our... Okay, so our sheep are looking pretty good here. So we really want to go and throw some straw and some hay in at the cows. How's our... see, our sheep... So our sheep, we've managed to obtain 2 more sheep, or 2 additional sheep have been born since we've been looking after this farm. They obviously produce quite a lot faster than the cows. And also at different times. That's right, sheep... No, that's right, sheep in spring in seasons mod. That's where they're at the highest rate of reproduction. And cows are actually winter from memory. Something like that. Something weird like that. Alright. Let's throw this thing in over here. Okay, get out. And I'm going to go and close this gate. Didn't work. Bang. There we go. And it's got a bit of a squeak to it. That's a nice touch. Alright, let's just check out these fields just on foot. Okay, so really it's over here. So it's there, there. Okay. Let's just put this mini-map down a bit. Okay, hopefully these are just... I can walk straight through here. No, I can't. Typical. Let's just quickly... I just want to check out the size of these. Oh, look, we have got... Oh, we have got wool. We have got wool. How much wool have we got? Yeah, I'm not trying to pick it up. Let's have a look. How much wool have we got? Nice. Okay, we'll jump up through the sheep yards here. We'll open up these gates. Okay. Yeah, this field's an okay size, but I'm not keen on that big hill there. Just makes it difficult to do things. This one here's got a decent bump. It's pretty decent size. Oh no, it's not. Look, there's a fence right here. It's not that big, is it? Let's jump over. Oh, this one here looks promising. It's got a big hill there, but yeah, man, these are quite hilly, aren't they? There's certainly going to be a decent amount of grass growth on it though, so we could probably get quite a few bales out of here. Let's have a look here. Yeah, it's quite steep. It's definitely steep. It just makes it difficult. Makes it quite difficult. Mowing won't be a problem. Yeah, it's probably one of the few options. If we look at the mini-map again, where else could we... 28, 29, 13, 33, 32, 33, which is in the middle right-hand side of the screen there. Those could be options, but I just know that those are quite hilly up there too. I think the reality is this farm is just hilly and we're just going to have to suck it up, I think. Let's just check out our guy over here. Okay, he's doing a good job sowing the oilseed radish. I'm just wondering whether that's a fertilizing stage by sowing that in or not. It'd be good if it was. Fertilize. No, it's not. It's not. Okay. Interesting. That's cool. Right, let's go and check our guy who is driving through the trees as we speak. And we'll just jump out here and check out this field. That's all good. It's going to be a nice, decent sized field in over here, for sure. For sure. Well, I think while we've got the workers working hard here, we really do need to go and start... we could go and mow fields. The only thing with... Let's not stand in his road when he comes back. The only thing with mowing the field that we've just got to be aware of at this point is just the yield we're going to get off it. And if we just select grass here and get across to growth, okay, it's at this. It looks like it's second level, yeah. And you can see where I mowed those ones, so it is second level of growth, the grass. So you're going to get a decent yield off there, probably enough. And given that we've got nothing to do, we should probably, while these guys are... the only thing is both of our tractors are tied up. We could use one of those other tractors. Okay, I think that's what we need to do. Let's just try one of these other tractors. Now, which one has got the better... where's our garage? Wrong one. Going to garage here. Which one has got... That one's got, what, 125 horsepower. That one's got 145. Okay, so our Case IH is definitely the better of the two. Now, what do these guys need? Oh, jeez, these need much bigger. That one's fine, but this one here is going to need much bigger mower than what I've got. But what about our plough? What sort of... I don't think this actually requires... It does, 180 horsepower. Okay, we're a little bit screwed at the moment, team, because these tractors, they may cut it with the mower, but they're not really designed. Unless we get rid of this thing, which we just haven't used. What's it worth? If we get rid of our car and look to buy another tractor. Okay, what is it worth? Rodeo, it's only worth 13 grand. It's not really going to be worth it, is it? It's not really going to be worth it. What other implements have we got we don't need? Well, I think the key really is that we should probably just take over one of these. I think it's probably going to be the way to go. That will save us money. Okay, what I want to do here, guys, is I want to get the... Let's reset that. Need to get this nice and straight. Working with reset. And what we're going to look to do here is utilize the GPS to keep things... Helps if I push the right button. See the GPS, set that away. Okay, there we go. I'm just wondering if this is going to be nice and straight. We'll soon figure it out. If it's not, it's looking pretty good. There we go. We will do some ploughing. Excuse me. Actually, I'm going to manually do the throttle. I could set it to automatically turn, but it will go across sort of 3. It would go across 3 spaces, and it just makes it a little bit messy. There we go. Beautiful day here in Tautoro District. It's not going to be a massive field, this one, but it's going to be a nice little size. Definitely have to get the definitely going to have to get the mower in action later on, because I just didn't realise how quickly those cows get through the food. Jeez, so quick. I don't know if I'm going to... I think I'm going to leave a grass strip here, you know. Before I am. Let's move this path over a bit. So, boom. Boom, 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 boom. There. Let's set the GPS on and away we go. Yeah, I'm really surprised how quickly the cows get through that food. Anyway. We're going to have to do a bit of work to tidy up this little field here too. It's looking a bit messy. Joel, welcome to the stream. Hello to you too. We're just creating some fields here on Tautoro District, which is a New Zealand based map. Look at that. Look how tidy that is. Not at all. Okay, let's pick that up right there. Oh, let's turn off the lights. It's good effort. And so, yeah. A lot of preparation required in seasons. You get one shot at a harvest every year, really. Well, you sort of could do two. You kind of could do two, depending on what you're actually harvesting. But really, I think what I'm doing here, I think the issue is that I should really be moving the plough over each time. I think that's where the issue is. And also, this isn't quite straight. Too far. There we go. I still don't think it's all that straight because we're going to start once again almost having a grass strip down the middle there. I think towards the end there you can sort of see the red lines cutting into the grass quite a bit. And that can definitely be an issue. Definitely. Straight at all, really, is it? Right. Just wondering whether I just do this by eye rather than using the GPS. I'm starting to miss spots there. I'm starting to think that could actually be... Okay, let's get rid of the GPS. Let's do it old school. I think this is what we need to do, guys. We've got a nice flat edge there we can work off. I really want to tidy up that end down those bits that were sort of half ploughed. I really want to, but I'll just hold off until we finish this here. What I will do here though, guys, is jump out and close this gate. Nice. There we go. I do actually need to flick it over each time. At some point here, depending on how the field's being designed, it won't let us plough. It will be like grass verge, so we'll keep doing it until we hit the grass verge, because what should happen is the grass verge should provide us a nice straight edge to our field. Well, that's what I'm hoping. Otherwise, it's going to be looking a bit frickin' average. What I might do, guys, is get rid of this HUD. There we go. And watch this without having to worry about all the information. That was I'm sort of hoping that the grass edge of the field will come into play. Beautiful. I like the HUD. I'm putting it back up. Is my worker still moving? Yes, he is. Let's get rid of the forecaster. We don't need. So yeah, 6-degree air temperature, 7-degree germination. So only a couple of crops that we can't sow now. Everything else we can sow, but in the meantime we're going to do some. Yeah, that looks like grass verge right there, everybody. I think we've hit it. Let me just turn this over. I think you can see it right there, how the grass sort of, I don't know if you can sort of see that texture in there. It's a little bit different. I think that's definitely hitting grass verge. So let's just, I think actually we'll put it this way. No, we'll put it, no, hold on. We'll put it this way. This way. Here we go. Put it as close to this fence as we can go, and the grass verge should reveal itself. Yeah, you can see it there. Here we go. How we're looking for time, everybody. We've been up for nearly an hour. It's not going to be too much longer. Maybe, I'm not too sure. Bit of a nightmare start to the stream, figuring out that I'd had the settings incorrect and we started to had an extra day of early spring. Wasn't the best way to go about it. But these things happen. Alright. I'll tell you a game that I picked up yesterday, and that's Formula 1 2017. And I haven't played Formula 1 because it's sports and simulation, by the way, is the main things that are on this channel. I don't know if I will do any streaming or any videos on Formula 1. There's already a ton of really good YouTubers out there, and I think I might just play it for fun myself. I might put the odd video up. I'm pretty crap at it. But man, that is a really, really well done game. Very, very good. Really enjoying playing that one. There we go, our grass verge is right here. Let's just whack that across there. Yeah, they've done a really good job, a lot of detail. The tracks are fantastic. I am like, I've only got the AI set at 50%, and I still can't compete with them. So I see online on YouTube there's some guys that have got it right up around 80, 90, even 100, and they are beating them. I'm like 6 seconds off their time on some of the laps. I'm not too sure. Well, I know what's going on there. I suck. There we go. That's the edge of the... Right there is the edge of that field, which is cool. So what I might do is just see if I can completely find the edge of this field. Right. How did I not lift that up? By driving really close around here. Let's put that down. But yeah, no, they've done a fantastic job with that game. Really enjoying it. I'm just going to follow this to see. Okay. Clearly, I'm nowhere near the edge right there. So yeah, I'll get into playing a bit of that. Not too sure whether I'll stream or throw any videos out on it. There right beside those trees. I'm going to look to probably cut down those trees, do a bit of forestry on this particular career save on this map. I haven't done any at all in any of the previous maps. Really need to. Oh, not that I've done. It's not that I've done none. Just I've done a little bit, but not in any sort of bulk. And there's definitely some money to be made in forestry for sure. Here we go. We're going up here. My watch is telling me time to stand up. It's pretty much telling me I'm lazy. Probably not wrong. Alright. Helper G has completed their task, so we'll go over and figure him out in a minute. Just trying to suss out the edge of this field here. Looks like we're pretty close here. Want to finish off this edge up the top here. 1 hour. We've been on for 1 hour. Okay. I'm just going right along here just to make sure this is definitely the edge. And that will give us a really good place to start from. Yeah, nice. Okay, we've got the outline there. And there's a lot of work to do on this farm. There's no doubt about it. Okay, looks like I've surely, or the edge might come in a little bit. Yeah, definitely works its way in, so that is definitely the right place. Okay, we'll definitely establish where that is. Nice, that's good. Okay guys, let's set the worker away and let's go and check out our guy here. He's stuck in the mud. I'll lift that up. Okay, fair enough. Let's start him up. This might be a bit, I don't know if I can get out of here. Let's put it down, turn it on, and what we'll do is we'll swap roles and we'll do a bit of sowing now while the other guy does the field. Just got to work away. Smith97, who developed this map, has been a very tricky trickster by putting these big mud piles in the middle of the field. It just means you've really got to watch your workers, that's for sure. Okay. We are away. And I really thought that this was the... Is it only when I cultivate it in that I get the level of fertilising, is it? It sucks a little bit, to be fair. Oh, hold on, what's happening here? Oh, we're on the second field. Ha! I just noticed we are on the second field. He automatically went from that top. What the hell? Let me go back up here. Let me go up here. I think what's happened, we need to sow this anyway. Yeah, he did. I see what's happened. Instead of working from the inside out, he worked the other way. Oh my god. That is not awesome. See, he finished that field and then came across to this one instead of going the other way. Oh, that's fine. We better quickly finish this field. We're going to get uneven growth potentially here, although it's only been 40 odd minutes, so it might not be too bad. Sun's coming out, everybody. Still 6 degrees, pretty early in the morning. So what I'm going to do here is just work my way around. Just put on the cruise control. Yeah, I thought that it created a... I thought there was a layer of fertilising by sowing this, but there wouldn't. It doesn't make sense that there would be. I mean, this particular sower doesn't have fertilizer in it, obviously. So yeah, oh, what? There's some settings that are wrong here. Straight away I can see. The help a refill seed by. Okay, that's what happened. I want the fuel off. I want them to use fuel when they're using the thing, using the implements, using the tractors. I want them to use fuel, the workers, and at the moment they buy seed, which is not ideal. I don't really want that because it's more expensive. But then again, being in these fields way up in the middle of nowhere, if they run out of seed, you've got to go all the way back to the main yard. I'm pretty sure, not unless that little silo down there has got seed also. I know it's got fertilizer. Average Joe, welcome to the stream. How you doing? We are just planting some oilseed radish to fertilise our fields up the top here. This tractor is working hard. Look at that. Get up there. Get up there. Alright, that is good. Yeah, see those fields. So those hills in the background are the fields. So that, yeah, so that's field 18. 29's at the top of that big steep hill over there. So I wonder if 30 and 30, 32 and 33, how steep those hills are. I'm just trying to figure out where we can make some hay. Obviously we've got those fields down on the flat which we previously used to mow and all that, and I think those are still really good options to make hay. I think in fact that's what we should do. We just want to make sure that they're at least through 2 growth stages, because the first time that we mowed them they're only 1 growth stage and we just didn't really get much out of them. We got enough to make the silage that we needed, but when I go ahead and make hay I want to make a decent amount. In fact, stage 1, think of it, stage 1's probably going to produce enough. Luckily I'm decisive, eh? But it's still a couple of days away before we can look at doing that. And in the meantime we've got plenty of grass around our fields that is in stage 2. The only problem is it's quite steep, so it makes it difficult. Here we are sort of working our way around these big mud piles, which can definitely be problematic. Helper F has completed their task. Okay, we'll go and check them out in a minute. I'm going to leave that. I'll go and sow this little bit here that I missed, but I'm just not going to sow around the mud. It helps if you actually put it down, apparently. It's a little tip for noobs out there. Oh shit, what am I doing? Is it down? Is it just not on? I am the noob, by the way, in case you're wondering. There you go. Alright, bang bang, that's off. Let's just finish the headland. There's a little bit missing up on here, and then we'll get it going on that other field. Boom boom, that's down. That little bit doesn't matter, but what the hell, while I'm here I might as well do it. Degrees. You know, one thing I could do obviously is I could just go ahead. I mean, now that I'm only going to get 1 stage of fertilizing using the oilseed radish, I don't know really whether it's worth it. You know, once I get a lot of slurry from the cows, etc., then doing it naturally will work. But to get only 1 level, I don't know if all this work is worth it. But the only reason I'm doing it is because I have time to do it this particular round. So I might as well give it a go, see what it's like. But I don't know whether it's something that I'd do again. We'll see how it all goes. But really I should, yeah, I'm not too sure is the end answer. And you don't use much seed for this, which is good. So it's definitely a cheaper way of doing it than using traditional fertilizer. That's for sure. Which is the big advantage, obviously. just line this up. Okay. Is that guy stopped down there? The worker, yep. It's definitely stopped. So what we'll do is we'll get this guy. I'll help this guy with the headland, and then I'll set him off on the other side of this field. Yeah, the way I read it with oilseed radish was that you actually, the sowing of oilseed radish constitutes fertilizing. Maybe it does. No, it definitely doesn't, eh? Look, see, because it's just one level of fertilizing there. I know that working it, cultivating it in is going to be one. But from what I understood, you could put one level of slurry on there, and then sow your oilseed radish, then cultivate it into the soil, and that will be all 3 stages. That's the way I read it in the help thing that I read. But maybe you've got to have a sower that fertilizes, and if that's the case, then it's not actually fertilizing naturally using the oilseed, it's just the fertilizer you got on board. Because what they were saying is they were saying that it's you know, there's a way to do it naturally and also at no cost. Hey Sam, welcome to the stream. When will the map be out? I actually don't know. I don't know when it's going to be launched to the public. That's going to be something that Smith97, the developer of the map, will that will be his decision, obviously. I haven't heard anything around when it will be launched. Look at that, that rain came and went really quickly, didn't it? It's quite changeable, the weather in seasons. Just like normal weather, really. Okay, so just got a little bit here up here to finish off, and then we will set the worker going, and we'll go and see what's happening with our guy on the plough down below. A bit dirty in the cabin now. Yeah, I'm not too sure when he's going to release the map. He will do it at some stage, I'm sure. I think there's still a few little things to be ironed out with it, but on the whole it's pretty good. I'm just going to drive through this hedge. That's outstanding driving skill right there, not. Okay. Let's just line this boy up, and he can. We'll let our worker do the bizzo. That was brilliant. Again, just don't want him to be on too much of an angle. Bang! Away you go, boy. Just check he's getting it straight. He is. All right. Let's go and check out our plough boy. What are you doing? Oh, you did. Oh, geez, see, seriously, you left a big. If you want things done properly, you got to do them yourself. I think that's really the key here. Okay. Look at that big strip of bloody grass he's left there. Let's put this thing down. Let's just. There we go. We'll get an in cabin for this. Just make sure we've got a good angle. Just got to get that right wheel just to the outside. Just on the dirt. Seems to be about right. Can you see the map layout? Yeah, definitely. Stand by, Seamus. This is it. Let me get it off this. Let me take it off. Hold on. Fruit types. Fruit types. Get rid of the grass might help. There we go. So here you go here. So well, a quick overview. You start with these top 3 fields up the right hand side here. 8, 9 and 10 are already ploughed, and so are 34, 38 and 51. So those are ploughed. You got your sheep farm up over here. You start with 30 sheep. You got 30 cows down in this area here. Your biogas I should say. You got 2 major forests. You got one here beside 37 and 43, which I'm ploughing beside right now, and then you got a major forest over here in the center of the map. So yeah, heaps. You own every field when you start, by the way. sort of pan around. There goes the middle. It's sort of a raised middle of the map, and then fields sort of surrounding it. Very, very hilly countryside here. Let me just carry on ploughing. And it's a dairy and beef farm. Dairy and beef farm, what I'm talking about. A sheep and beef farm. So cows and sheep are the go. So really, given that you own every field, I think it's ideally suited to seasons, because you know, you can go ahead and do what I'm doing here and go and you prepare a whole bunch of fields, or transform a whole bunch of fields. It just gives you a bit more flexibility. Looks good. Yeah, it's really, really cool. So the other map that, so Smith 97, who developed this map, he also did another map called Waitea Valley, which I did a series on. And it's similar in a way in terms of the sort of the rolling countryside and you know, the large fields, all that sort of stuff. But no, definitely it's a really good representation of a New Zealand farm, for sure. Oh, look at this! Come on, go, 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 go! Yeah, these big mud patches in the middle of the fields. Freaking nightmare to deal with. So yeah, what I'm looking to do here is of 8, 9 and 10, I'm just putting oilseed radish in there just as a stage of fertilizing. 34, 38, 51 I'll do the same, but these fields that I'm preparing, what I'll do is I'll just fertilize them separately myself and just go ahead and plant straight into them. I'm probably going to do a bit of forestry in the winter, or when there's a bit of downtime. The other major thing I need to do is go and make some hay. Make some hay while the sun shines. Just to, so the animals have got some food over winter. Got some silage fermenting at the moment, so that should be ready in the next few hours in game. And that's going to allow me to make some power food for the cows, which will be good. And it also gives me a little income stream. I've got about $100,000 worth of silage that I can sell up at the biogas plant if I need a bit of extra cash. I started with $500,000 in this of this series, just knowing that, you know, during seasons there's long periods without income. Do you think you'll release it? It's not my map. It's Smith 97. It's his map. Will it be released on console? I wouldn't have a clue. That's a question you'd have to ask him. If he's actually put a bit of a if you go to his channel Smith 97 on YouTube, he's actually got a little bit of a overview of this map, and that might be a good place to actually ask him if it's going to be released on consoles. Waitea Valley I don't think was released on consoles. I'm not too sure. This is PC, by the way. The reason you see console command, Xbox commands up the top is because I'm using the Xbox controller. Oh, what am I doing, Mace? But yeah, I'm not too sure about the console thing. What am I doing here? Oh, it's still got a workaround. What an idiot. Come on, get through. Go, 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 go! This is just getting through. Maybe I should just leave it that bit as grass. Go, go, go! What I'm going to do is it's annoying me, those patches over there, so I'm going to finish this stretch here, then I'm going to get rid of all those patches. They are annoying the hell out of me. Ooh, look at that. Okay, that was interesting. Did you see that? I drove right over the top of that with the plough and it did not plough it. Which tells me that there might be a texture in the middle of the field over there. There's two other stuff here. It's annoying me. Just sitting there. But yeah, those fields over there that you can see in the background, they've been fertilised, except I missed a spot. I can see it now. In my defence, I did it at night. It's not really a good defence. So I fertilised those. I put one level of fertiliser on those. I've also put one level of fertiliser on the top fields also, and and I was expecting the oilseed radish to provide 2 levels. That's the way I read it, but no, it looks like it's only going to provide 1 level somehow, so I need to do a bit of research here. It's the first time I've used it. I've usually just fertilised it myself, but I thought because I had a bit of time, I'd do it that way this time. Obviously I've got some slurry that I can use. If you can build up a big bunch of slurry and digestate, you can pretty much fertilise your whole farm for free. You need to build up a lot though. You need a lot. Here we go. Just get rid of this little bit. Yeah, it's starting to look quite good, this field here. I like it. Looking good. Okay. I'm going to just flip this over this way. But I've got a feeling we're going to have a big bunch of grass right in the middle of this field, nonetheless. It was just a little bit of a glitch, but I can sort of see, no, definitely. I can see the, yeah, for some reason that's all good. That's all good. We're just going to have a little grass mound in the middle of that field when we go and plant something in it. So yeah, really the idea, I think, just thinking ahead of the plans, are to have sort of 10 or so fields prepared, thereabouts, and plant 2 fields of wheat, 2 fields of barley, 2 of canola, sunflowers maybe, definitely soybeans and corn. I think those are the 5 crops in the first year that I'll do. That's one option. The other option is I could specialise a bit. But even 2 fields, depending on the size, I'm still not going to fill up those silos, is it? But it will give me a good range of crop. So yeah, there's a couple options there. One is I could completely specialise. The other option is I could try to prepare more than 10 fields. That's always an option. It's just a bit hard to say. I'll just have to see how much time I have in seasons to get that stuff done. Given I'm working at one speed, and it's going to be 3 days per season. No, sorry, yeah, 3 days per season. I'm thinking I should have enough time to get all this done to prepare a whole bunch of fields, but you never know. You just never know. It's a little bit of the unknown. Like I said, I want to pick fields because a couple, field 1, 2, 3, if you look at the map here, field 1, 2 and 3, which is at the very top, 1, 2, 3, 4, they're quite nice sized fields, but they're relatively flat, which I like, which is good for my grass production. But the only problem with them is that I want to get rid of this grass here, so I'm going to do it. The only problem is that you've got to a long way from the silo, but I have got a bit of a solution. What I'm talking about is transporting, and then so you're taking all these trips backwards and forwards to the silo. Get this muddy. Look how muddy that thing's getting. You take all these trips backwards and forwards to the silo, and it takes an age to harvest your crop. But one solution, I'm going to buy a truck, obviously, which helps in terms of horsepower. But this is quite a large, I think there's something like a 70,000 or a 90,000, I think 70,000 litre trailer that you can get, and I think that's what I'm going to get. And that way I can pretty much leave it up there at the top of the field and harvest the entire field of soybeans or corn or whatever it might be, and put it into that trailer in one load, take it all back to the silo. I think that's probably going to be a good way to go. I'm not too sure of the cost of it. It's a mod, I've got it downloaded, I just can't remember the cost of it. I haven't got it enabled, so I can't look at it at the shop at the moment. Does the snow work on this map? Yeah, it definitely works. And what happened is, actually, when I loaded this up, I thought it was going to be mid-spring, but I had the day set wrong and it was early spring, and we got a brief shower, which included a bit of snow, and this whole thing was covered in snow. So yeah, this definitely works, and it looks really, really cool. But it disappeared pretty quickly because the temperature warmed up and it all melted away very quickly. But yeah, during winter this will be coated absolutely. If we get the snow falls, it will definitely coat. It's something I actually tested on the map before I did seasons. I actually fast forwarded through all the seasons just to see, and yeah, the whole thing gets completely white. Looks really cool. Do I think he'll release it on console? I don't think Waitea Valley was, and with that in mind, I'm not too sure if this one will. I'm not too sure how it works in terms of the coding and the design aspect of it, on how easy it is to convert across platforms. So yeah, once again, that's a question probably more for Smith 97. If you look at my Tautoro District intro video, which is a couple of videos ago, I've got a link to Smith's YouTube channel. So yeah, like I say, jump on there and ask him the question. He'll probably know. I'll ask him next time I talk to him. So our worker's still working that field up there. Yep, he's still going away, field number 10. Yep, we're definitely going to have this odd-shaped bit of grass right down the middle of our field. Nothing we can do about that. Or we could mow it, that's about it. Close enough to do laps. There we go. Look at that. This is a good size field. So it's a really nice little size field. Get a nice little yield off this. Plough lines aren't exactly symmetrical, but hey, doesn't matter. Does the job. That's all you need. This has actually worked out a lot easier without the GPS, to be fair. I did use GPS for those other two fields. It worked okay. It skips 2 rows, so every 3rd row is done when you do the automatic turning, that is. Otherwise you can turn it yourself and then reset it and then all that sort of thing. But if you do it with the automatic turning, it jumps across, because of the arc, it jumps across 2 rows. And that works okay because you just set it and then when you come back it just fills the gaps. So that's fine. But I almost think just doing it yourself is, you know, is a good way to go too. One thing with the seasons mod is you've got to keep your equipment clean, because apparently, from what I understand, is it affects the maintenance cost. Now, every tractor has only got a certain amount of time that you can use it before you have to service it. Let's have a look at here. Yeah, see, if you look down the bottom of that menu there, 22.7 engine hours or 6 days until maintenance is required. So 6 days would take me into winter. Oh, sorry, spring, summer, autumn probably. Actually, middle of autumn. But 22, I'd probably hit engine hours before I'd hit 6 days. I would say, just depending on what I'm up to. So I've got 7.3 hours, so yeah, 30 engine hours or 7 in-game days or 8 in-game days is the maintenance period. And if you don't maintain them, they start just turning off and stuff midway through doing stuff. Oh, nice, I've pressed a word by mistake there. So you got to make sure you look after them, that's for sure. You notice I don't have the beacons on. Don't know if I'm supposed to have them. I think it's only if you jump on the road, isn't it? But I don't use them, they're bloody annoying. It was a nice middle of the spring day. Our sheep are reproducing at a high rate at the moment. Spring lambs. Also the wool production is right up, so that must be there must be a correlation there too. It must be spring when the wool increases, which sort of makes sense because that's when they'll be shorn after having their winter coats on, they'll then be shorn and the wool gets sold, so that'll sort of make sense from a realistic point of view. How we're looking for time, less than 2 hours before the fight starts. Probably just finish this field and then call it a day, team. Then probably my next Tautoro District video will be a, I'll do a proper video and upload it, probably, maybe, I don't know, I'll have to see. I do like live streaming, it's a lot of fun. I find the quality doesn't come through, the quality's not quite as good as uploading. But the good thing is, like I said right at the very start, it means I don't have to edit all the videos and then upload, render them all out and then upload them. So, for example, you know, and it all comes down to your hardware, which mine isn't amazing. It's not terrible, but it's not amazing. But it takes probably for, you know, the 20-minute videos that I usually put out, 20 minutes to half an hour. They usually take about over an, you know, probably these ones usually only take 10 or 15 minutes to edit because I keep most stuff in. And then usually would take an hour to render at least, maybe more. Sometimes a couple hours for big ones, and then it would take an hour to, or 45 minutes, 40 minutes to upload. So it can be sort of, by the time you factor in the time of playing, it can take 4 or 5 hours of time just to do one video. Whereas when I do it live stream, I can just turn it on and bang, away we go. The only thing is obviously you can't edit out all the mistakes and you can't edit out all the boring bits. And you see everything in totality. I can't do time lapses or anything like that. So, but it's a good way that I can interact with people live. So yeah, there's definitely positives either way. Both options are good in their own way. And the other thing is what I would do on a when I play. Like, for example, I wouldn't show all this ploughing. I'd do this off screen, and you know, it means I usually can have music playing, because otherwise if you have music playing during live stream you get smashed with copyright and stuff, which is all good because I don't really make any money out of it anyway. Well, definitely make no money out of it anyway, so usually don't have them monetized. But yeah, this particular episode will be up. Usually it takes a while to render out and become available. Probably in the next hour or so, a little bit longer, it will be ready. Okay, there we go, team. I've got it folded this time. Great. Fold it for transportation. Smith, if you watch this, you'll be very happy about that. You pulled me up on that first time. We'll open this and we'll leave that gate open actually, because we're going to have to come in and fertilise this field. Is one of the next things we're going to need to do, as well as that patch there, which I completely missed. Look at that, what a shocker. Anyway, let's go. I'm just going to go park this over in this field. We'll do a, oh Jesus, man, if there was, I think there is a damage mod, isn't there? Man, if I had that on, my equipment would be falling over left, right and centre. But we'll come in here and I'm going to create a field in here too. Will lag, yeah, it does not, my computer does not like those trees that much. So it's probably good that I'll do this particular field offline. Anyway, I'll just turn this tractor off. Let's just go and check out our mate up the hill here. Oh, he's not loving life. He's got stuck in a mud pile and just decided to give up. Fair enough too. So guys, I think what I will do is I'm going to leave things there. We've been going for about an hour and a half. I'll do a really big, decent, long stream at some stage. I just wanted to get a video out. I hadn't done one for quite a few days. So thank you very much to everybody that's been watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you did enjoy it. It's always a bit lower key when I do the live streams. Please smash the like button down below. Subscribe if you're new. Why not? Costs you nothing at all except just a little bit of self-respect, and everyone's happy to give up that. We do it every Saturday night, probably out on the town. But yeah, we'll continue doing Tautoro District. We're in seasons. It's the middle of spring. Plenty to do. Looking forward to working through these seasons. A bunch of different things, a lot of variety. So once again, thanks everybody. Till next time, take it easy.